Good morning to all of you. Welcome to learning program. In previous lecture, we already discussed about groups and their properties. Now, in today's lecture, we will discuss the types of the groups and different properties which are applicable on these groups and some subgroups and composition series. So, on today's lecture is totally focused on types of the groups. In last lecture, we already discussed the two examples of the groups which are the examples of infinite groups. But in today's lecture, we also discuss the examples of the finite groups. So, students, please come to our board and we will discuss everything in full detail. Now, types of the group. Type of groups. There are two types of the groups. One is finite group and the another is infinite group. Finite group, a group is said to be a finite group if the number of elements in the groups are finite. For example, let G is equal to A, B, C, D, satisfying all the properties of the group, and the number of elements in the group is 4, therefore it is an finite group. Infinite group, a group is said to be an infinite group if the number of elements in the groups are infinite. For example, set of integers Z 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on is a group with respect to addition, and the number of elements in this group is infinite. Therefore, this group set of integers is a group with respect to addition is an infinite group. According to the number of elements, group order of the group, that means the number of elements in the group. For example, G is equal to A, B, C, D having 4 elements, so it is finite and order of this group is 4. But in infinite group, the number of elements are infinite, so order of group is infinite. So, number of elements represents the order of the groups. Now, first of all, we will discuss a finite group, an example of an finite group. Let G is equal to 1 minus 1 iota minus iota. 1 minus 1 iota minus iota. G have 4 elements. It is a finite group. We have to prove that this G satisfying the properties of the group with respect to multiplication. We have to show that G is a group with respect to multiplication. G is a group with respect to multiplication. To prove this group, we need a composition table. For finite group, to prove the finite group, we need a composition table. What is the composition table? We prepare a composition table for this set G, and if it is satisfying the all properties of the group, then it becomes a finite group. So, now composition table. What is the composition table? Composition table for G is equal to 1 minus 1 iota minus iota with respect to binary operation, multiplication. we can prepare a composition table. Is the binary operation. The first row, this is row and these are the columns. First row 1 minus 1 iota minus iota is known as base row. First column 1 minus 1 iota minus iota is base column. Now, using these two, base column and base row, we have to construct a table. This table is known as composition table. 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, 1 into iota is iota, 1 into minus iota is minus iota. Minus 1 into 1 is minus 1, minus 1 into minus 1 is 1, minus 1 into iota is minus iota, minus 1 into iota is plus iota. This is minus 1, minus 1 into minus iota is plus iota. Now, iota into 1 is iota, iota into minus 1 is minus iota, iota into iota is iota square, which is equal to minus 1. Iota into minus iota is equal to minus iota square, and which is equal to 1. Minus iota into minus 1 is plus iota, minus iota into iota is minus iota square, which is equal to 1, and minus iota into minus iota, that means iota square, which is equal to minus 1. This table is the composition table for G having 4 elements, 1, minus 1, iota and minus iota. Now, our target to prove G is a group with respect to the binary operation multiplication. We have to prove all the properties, all the 4 properties for the group: closure property, associative property, existence of identity and existence of inverse. We shall prove using this table. So, first one, the closure property. For closure property, we see the composition of any 2 elements of the group G, the resulting elements is also a element of G. From this table we see each elements of the table is belongs to G. That means the resulting elements are the elements of G. So, closure property is satisfied. Now, the second property, associative property, and for proving associative property, we have to take any 3 elements. Suppose we take 3 elements, 1, minus 1 and iota. By associative property, we have to prove that 1 into minus 1 into iota must be equal to 1 into minus 1 into iota. We prove this by using this table. So, for first left hand side, we see first we multiply minus 1 into iota. On this table, minus 1 into iota, the resulting one is minus iota. That means 1 into minus iota. Now, again using this table, we see 1 into minus iota, 1 into minus iota, the resulting one is minus iota. And now for right hand side, first we take 2 elements, 1 and minus 1, and apply the composition on 1 and minus 1 using this table. 1 into minus 1, the resulting one is minus 1 into iota. Now, again on this table, minus 1 into iota is minus iota. So, left hand side having value minus iota, right hand side is also minus iota, therefore left hand side is equal to right hand side. So, associative property is satisfied. Now, the third property, existence of identity. For third property we see existence of identity, that means there is an unique element which multiplying each element then there is no change, that means all elements will be the same. We see in the base row elements are 1, minus 1, iota, minus iota. We operate 1 on these elements, the resulting row is 1, minus 1, iota and minus iota. That means this element 1 does not affect to 1, minus 1, iota and minus iota. That means this element 1 is known as identity element. We can find identity element by using base column also. We see this is the base column. We apply 1 on this column, the first column and the base column both are same. That means this element 1 does not affect on these elements. So, 1 is identity elements. That means the row which is equal to the base row, the leading element of the row is known as the identity element. This is the base row and this is the first row. Base row and first row both have the same elements. So, the leading element of this row is known as the identity element. So, 1 is the identity element. So, existence of identity property is satisfied. Now, the fourth one, existence of inverse, that means each element of the group have their inverse in the group. We see 1 into 1 is equal to 1, 1 is identity element, that means inverse of 1 is 1. We see minus 1 into minus 1 is equal to 1, that means the identity element. So, inverse of minus 1 is minus 1. Iota into minus iota is equal to 1. Iota into minus iota is equal to 1. That means inverse of iota is minus iota. Similarly, minus iota into iota is equal to 1. So, inverse of minus iota is iota. That means each element have their inverse in the group. So, inverse property is also satisfied. So, using this composition table, we prove all the 4 properties: closure property, associative property, existence of identity and existence of inverse. So, for proving the finite group, we can use the composition table and we can prove all the properties of the groups. So, G is equal to 1, minus 1, iota, minus iota becomes a group with binary operation multiplication. So, this is the example of a finite group. In this group there are 4 elements. So, we can say the order of group is 4. The order of the group is the number of elements in the group. Now, we already discussed the example of finite group and the example of infinite group. Example of infinite group is set of integer with respect to addition. Finite group, set of 1, minus 1, iota, minus iota is a group with respect to multiplication. We can take more examples. We can also discuss G is equal to 1 omega omega square, where omega is a cube root of unity. This also becomes a group with respect to multiplication. Using this composition table we can solve it. You can solve easily. Now, the next one, we will discuss the next one more property. In a group there are 4 properties: closure property, associative property, existence of identity and existence of inverse. If we add one more property is known as commutative property, then the group becomes a commutative group. It is also known as abelian group. That means we can repeat Again, the definition of abelian group: the group is said to be an abelian group or commutative group if it satisfying one more property, that means the commutative property. So, in abelian group there are 5 properties: closure property, associative property, existence of identity, and existence of inverse, and last one is commutative property. We can apply the same commutative property on this group. G is 1 minus 1 iota minus iota is a group. We already proved the 4 property. We can also prove the 5th one, commutative property, for the same group. In commutative property, if A and B belongs to the group, then their composition A composition B and B composition A both have the same values, then this satisfies the commutative properties. And in this table we see row and columns. These are the first row, second row, third row, fourth row. This one is the first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. In mathematical language we can say that it's a matrix of order 4 by 4. If we can transpose this, that means we convert the first row into first column, second row into second column, third row into third column, fourth row into fourth column. There is no change. That means commutative property is satisfied. If we operate row into column or column into row, then there is no change. So, commutative property is satisfied. So, G 1 minus 1 iota minus iota becomes a commutative group. It is also known as abelian group. This one becomes an example of abelian group. Now, the next one we will discuss one more example, which is a group but not a abelian group. Every group is not a abelian group, but every abelian group is a group, because in abelian group there are 5 properties, in a group there are 4 properties. So, if a set satisfying 5 properties, already it is satisfies 4 property, but satisfying 4 property may or may not satisfying the commutative property. That means group may or may not be abelian group, but every abelian group must be an group. Now, we discuss an example which is a group but not abelian group. Now, we are discussing an example which is a group but not abelian group. That means this example proves that every group need not be a abelian group. We discuss the example, that means M, the set of matrices M 3 by 3, that means matrix, the set of all non-singular matrices. We have to prove this M is a group with respect to matrix multiplication, but it not an abelian group with respect to multiplication. I think you know matrix 3 by 3, that means it is a square matrix, and non-singular, that means the determinant of the matrix does not equal to 0. The set of all non-singular matrix, set of all matrix nahi, it is the set of all non-singular matrix. That means M contains non-singular matrix and square matrix of order 3. We see A belongs to M. That means A is a matrix of order 3 and determinant of A does not equal to 0 due to the non-singularity. A belongs to M and determinant of A does not equal to 0. We will discuss, we will satisfy all the properties from closure property, associative property, existence of identity, existence of inverse. These 4 properties will be satisfied, but the 5th one, commutative property, we are failed. How? First, closure property. Let A B belongs to M. A B belongs to M. That means A and B are the matrices of order 3 by 3, and determinant of A does not equal to 0, determinant of B is also does not equal to 0 due to the given condition, because they are non-singular. Due to the non-singularity, their determinant does not equal to 0. Now, A into B, we know the product of two 3 by 3 order matrix is again 3 by 3 matrix. That means one condition is fulfilled. The product of two 3 by 3 order matrix is again 3 by 3 matrix. That means A into B is a matrix of order 3 by 3. Now, we show A into B is a singular or non-singular. A into B determinant. A into B determinant is always equal to A determinant into B determinant. A determinant is non-zero, B determinant is also non-zero. The product of two non-zero values is again non-zero. Therefore, determinant of A into B is also non-zero. Therefore, A into B, that means the product of the two matrix A and B is a 3 by 3 matrix, and determinant of A into B is non-zero. Therefore, A into B is belongs to M3 by 3. That means the closure property is satisfied. A, B are the two elements of M, then their product A into B is also belongs to M. So, closure property is satisfied. Second, associative property. We know in matrix multiplication, associative property is always satisfied. Matrix may be rectangular, may be square matrix, may be singular and may be non-singular, but matrix associative property is always satisfied for each matrix. Therefore, if A, B, C belongs to M, then A into B into C is always equal to A, B into C. So, associative property is satisfied for this M. Now, the third property, existence of identity. In existence of identity, there exists a unique element, there exists a unique matrix having order 3 by 3 and it is non-singular. We know I is a identity matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. I think you know this is the identity matrix of order 3, and determinant of I, that means the determinant of 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 is equal to 1, which is not equal to 0. That means I is a 3 by 3 order matrix and it is non-singular, so I belongs to M. Now, let capital A is equal to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I is a 3 by 3 order matrix. Now, and 3 by 3 matrix and arbitrary, that means any type of value, A, B, C have any values, but it is non-singular. Now, our target is to prove A into I, that means A, B, C, I into 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. We have to multiply this. We find how we can multiply. Matrix multiplication. First row, first column. A into 1 is A. B into 0, 0. C into 0, 0. That means A. First row, second column. A into 0, 0. B into 1, B. And C into 0, 0. First row, third column. A into 0, 0. B into 0, 0. C into 1 is C. This is the first row. Second row, first column. D into 1 is D. E into 0, 0. F into 0 is 0. D into 0 is 0. E into 1 is E. And F into 0 is 0. F into D in second row, third column. D into 0, 0. E into 0, 0. F into 1 is F. G into 1 is G. H into 0, 0. I into 0, 0. That means G. H into 0, 0. G into 0, 0. H into 1 is H. I into 0 is 0. That means H. G into 0, 0. H into 0, 0. I into 1 is I. We see it's A. That means A into I is equal to A. Similarly, we can find I into A is also equal to A. So, A into I into A is equal to A. For every A belongs to M. So, I represents the identity element of the matrix M. So, existence of identity property is satisfied. Now, the fourth one, existence of inverse property. Let A belongs to M 3 by 3. That means A is a matrix of order 3 by 3 and A is non-singular. That means determinant of A does not equal to 0 due to the non-singularity. We know to find the inverse of the matrix, we can use the formula for finding the A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A is the formula for finding the inverse in matrix theory. Here we see adjoint of A having the same order of the order A. A having 3 by 3 order, therefore adjoint of A is a matrix of order 3 by 3. Determinant of A does not equal to 0. That means 1 upon determinant A is also non-zero. That means A inverse its determinant does not equal to 0. A is a matrix of order 3 by 3. So, A belongs to M3. We find A inverse, then their order is also 3 by 3. A is a non-singular, then their inverse is exist and its inverse is also non-zero. That means A inverse is also belongs to M 3 by 3. So, inverse property is satisfied. That means M 3 by 3 satisfying 4 properties: closure property, associative property, existence of identity and existence of inverse. So, M 3 by 3 becomes a group with respect to matrix multiplication. But our target to prove is this group is abelian or not. So, to prove abelian group, we must prove one more property. This property is known as commutative property. In commutative property, let A B belongs to M3 by 3. This implies determinant of A does not equal to 0. Determinant of B is also does not equal to 0. But in matrix theory, we know matrix multiplication is not commutative. A into B does not equal to B into A. It is not universal. For some cases they may be equal, but generally matrix multiplication is not commutative. Therefore, A into B does not equal to B into A. That means commutative property is fail. That means M 3 by 3 satisfying 4 properties. Due to this it becomes a group. It fails to satisfying the fifth property, so it is not an abelian group. So it is the example of a group which is not a abelian group. So every group need not be a abelian group, but abelian group must be a group. Okay. Now, to enhance your knowledge, keep in touch with our e-learning program. Your knowledge, you can increase your knowledge, you can share your knowledge also. We will meet in the next lecture or class. So, take care yourself. Thanks to all.